Influencing reality's probability field. What if reality isn't just something you navigate but something you can influence? What if your thoughts, actions, and awareness could subtly shift probabilities in your favor, shaping the outcomes before they even unfold? In Part 3, we explored how to actively use reality's self-corrections, adjusting in real time instead of resisting. But now, we're going even deeper into the probability field itself. This is the unseen layer of reality where outcomes are still forming, where your awareness, choices, and movements can shift what happens, before it even manifests. Once you learn to work at this level, you'll no longer just react to reality, you'll be co-creating it. Step 1. Understanding the probability field. Reality doesn't operate on rigid cause and effect alone, it operates on probabilities. Every action, every decision, and even your level of awareness is affecting the likelihood of future events. Think of reality like a pool of water. Each decision you make is like dropping a stone into the water, sending ripples outward. Some ripples collide, canceling each other out. Others grow stronger, amplifying into major shifts in reality. The key is learning how to place the right ripples at the right time, so reality adjusts in your favor before you even reach the outcome. Example. Have you ever started working on a project before? You thought you know all the steps, but as you moved forward the missing pieces started appearing? That's because probabilities shift the moment you take action. What wasn't available before can become available as soon as you set things in motion. This isn't magic. It's pattern recognition, alignment, and subtle influence on what's already unfolding. Step 2. How your awareness shapes probability. Your mind isn't just receiving reality, it's actively shaping it. Your attention, expectations, and energy influences which probabilities strengthen and which ones weaken. First, you strengthen probabilities where you focus your attention. The more you focus on a possibility, the more likely it is to take form. This is why people who dwell on problems often see more problems, while those who stay solution-focused naturally attract better opportunities. Example. You've probably had days where everything seems to go wrong at once. The first problem happens, and instead of moving on, more things start going wrong. This isn't bad luck, it's your mind reinforcing the probability. Second, your expectations subtly guide outcomes. When you expect things to go wrong, you unconsciously align your actions and energy to match that expectation. When you expect things to flow, you naturally create conditions that allow it to happen. Example. Have you ever had a situation where you felt certain something would work out, and it did? That wasn't just coincidence. Your confidence in the outcome influenced how you acted, how others reacted, and how circumstances aligned. Third, your past actions set the conditions for future probabilities. If you consistently take small aligned actions, you increase the likelihood of favorable outcomes unfolding naturally. People who always prepare, observe, and adjust, find that things tend to go their way more often. Example. Think about how skilled problem solvers don't wait for perfect conditions. They start moving forward, knowing that as they do, new solutions will appear. This is because they've trained themselves to work with probability shifts instead of against them. Step 3. Practical techniques to influence probability. Influencing probability doesn't require force, it requires precision. Here's how to do it. First, strengthen the probabilities you want. Spend time visualizing the desired outcome, but in a clear, structured manner where you see it as inevitable. Act as if the path is already unfolding. This aligns your decisions and movements to reinforce that probability. Example: athletes often visualize winning before they compete. They don't just hope, they see themselves executing each step with certainty. This isn't wishful thinking, it's training their mind to align with the best probability. Second, reduce the influence of unwanted probabilities. The more you dwell on what you don't want, the more energy you feed into that probability. Instead of resisting negative possibilities, redirect your focus to strengthening the path you prefer. Example: when people say don't think of a pink elephant, what happens? You immediately think of it. The same applies to focusing on unwanted outcomes. The more you try to not think about failure, the more it stays active in your mind. You should always try to find the best possibility, so you should not even think about the bad ones. 3. Align your actions with your intended reality. Probability is not just about thoughts, it's about actions. If you want a certain outcome, immediately start making choices that reinforce that future version of events. Example: if someone wants to become a great musician, just thinking about it won't make it happen. But if they start playing even 10 minutes a day, they greater increase the probability of that happening. Big outcomes are shaped by small consistent actions that align with them. Step 4. The role of timing and flow. Even when you influence probability, timing matters. Trying to force something before it's ready can create resistance. First, pay attention to signals from reality. When things feel stuck, it's often a sign that another probability is forming. That can be even a shortcut leading to a better solution. When things align effortlessly, you know you're in sync with the right path. Second, use micro adjustments instead of forcing big shifts. Small course corrections early on have a massive impact on long-term outcomes. 3. Recognize when to act and when to wait. Sometimes, holding back and observing is more powerful than immediate action. Final thought: you are always influencing reality. Whether you realize it or not, you are constantly shaping reality's probability field through your thoughts, actions, and awareness. The question is, are you doing it consciously, or are you letting external forces shape it for you? When you become intentional about influencing probability, life stops feeling random and starts feeling aligned. You move from reacting to reality to actively shaping it. You begin to see how the smallest shifts can create the biggest outcomes. This is the next level of working with reality, not just navigating it, but co-creating it. In Part 5, we'll explore how to sharpen your perception, so you can see the probability field in real time and adjust as reality unfolds. Stay tuned.